Alors, bonsoir, mesdames et messieurs. Borden Ladner Gervais is very proud to be a sponsor of the Canadian General Counsel Awards, and in particular, the Lifetime Achievement Award in each of the 15 years since its inception. General Counsel make a tremendous contribution to Canadian business, and we're pleased to recognize their accomplishments tonight. I'd also like to add my congratulations to each of the finalists. Their demanding roles have required both exceptional legal expertise and superior business acumen, particularly during these times where continuous volatility and uncertainty are the new normal. The Lifetime Achievement Award is the quintessential hallmark of a successful career. Traditionally, the recipient is a senior member of the in-house bar who has made a lasting contribution to their organization, the business community, and the broader legal community. In 2017, Stephen Sigurdson was posthumously awarded the Lifetime Achievement Award. At BLG, we thought there was no better way to honor this great lawyer than to rename the award in his honor, the BLG Stephen Sigurdson Lifetime Achievement Award. Tonight's recipient is no exception and is greatly admired by many of us in the room. Karin McCaskill has had a most remarkable and successful career, which is outlined in this video tribute to her.
Karin is a lawyer that everyone should aspire to become. She has integrity, she's principled.
Calmness, confidence, incredible intellect.
Thoughtful, dedicated, and so business-oriented.
Extremely passionate. She loves her work.
The trajectory when you're dealing with Karin tends to be always upward and onward.
She's engaged with the business. When they have challenges, when they have opportunities, when they look to the legal team for support, Karin is there.
She very much thinks of the whole picture, and she's very detail-oriented.
She works with her team as opposed to sending her team out on their own.
Pushes us to do better and to be responsive because it brings the best out of everyone working around her.
She's a leader.
Just an amazing role model.
A very caring and warm, supportive mentor.
She's a wonderful person.
I've known Karin since she was called to the bar. We ran parallel careers at that point. I was a management labor lawyer, and so was she at Stewart McKelvey, which is a very prominent East Coast Canadian law firm.
She was one of the first women partners at Stewart McKelvey and then a firm leader. And I know, as a woman, that that's quite difficult to attain, and it takes a lot of dedication and hard work.
And then Karin did something quite unique, actually, for a labor lawyer. She moved in-house to a general counsel role.
Karin started the entire legal department at Sobeys that, now have around 20 lawyers, up to 50 staff.
She had a vision of what the legal department should look like, and she built it brick by brick.
While she's been general counsel, the company has pretty much doubled in size, and a lot of that growth has come through acquisitions.
The biggest deal that we worked on was the acquisition of Safeway, a $5.8 billion deal where we acquired Safeway's assets in Western Canada. She took care of the entire file.
One of the reasons that she excelled in her role as general counsel is she always made sure that the outside counsels who she retained added to the business. She required, in other words, net value from outside counsel. She was superb at this.
She was able to find the best and the brightest and put them together to create the teams that she needed to create so that she could accomplish her goal as general counsel.
She's a great advocate. Those advocacy skills she built first in private practice, but then she deployed and employed those advocacy skills to the benefit of Sobeys and Empire.
But there are other features to her career that together make it truly a stellar career. And one of them involves her work with the Canadian Employers Council. About 3 years ago, I actually became the chair. And to be a successful chair, you have to have two attributes. One is you have to understand the world of work, but also having currency within the corporate world. And Karin has that.
She brings the confidence to everyone else in the room that there's a plan, there's a way through, that There's really no issue that we can't deal with.
She's able to do all of that, but embodies so much passion, and she really takes time out to have relationships both with her clients and internal clients in her general counsel role, as well as friends, family, and be an active member of her community.
When Karin joined the legal community here in Atlantic Canada, she wasn't the first woman, as a practicing lawyer in Atlantic Canada, but it was still a male-dominated profession. And Karin was a great mentor to many young women.
I know of special relationships that she's developed with women transitioning from private practice to the role of a general counsel.
I was matched with her with the Women's Executive Network. I think we were the first class of mentor-mentees. And over the years, she has been a very pivotal part of my career development.
Karin is being someone who ensures that people who have the talent, who have the ability, who perhaps just needs that extra push or that extra direction to take the next step, can do it.
Karin's been a really important mentor to me. She has generously provided her time and provided a lot of sound advice that helped me get to where I am today.
Bravo, Karin. This award you deserve for everything that you've done, for everyone that you've helped in your career, and for everything that you brought to the legal profession.
I think this is an outstanding woman who has had quite a unique career. I am thrilled that she's being honored with this Lifetime Achievement Award.
We've had a lot of fun together. It has been a lot of years, a lot of files, a lot of deals. They haven't all been easy, but we've got through them all. It's been a great privilege and pleasure to work with you. Can't think of anyone more deserving of this award. Congratulations to you, to your family.
But most importantly for me personally, she has been my friend, has been such a great gift to me. And so I want to say thank you so much, and again, to congratulate her on this incredible achievement.
Please join me in generously congratulating the recipient of this year's Lifetime Achievement Award, Karin McCaskill.
I had some good Raptors jokes, but we're not far enough into the game. There's no score yet, I just checked. I was figuring we'd be down to just me and my kids by this point in the room, but I am gonna stick to the basics and leave the words of wisdom, such as they might be, for another time and place. Thank you to BLG. I've never worked with BLG because they're Loblaw's law firm. So somebody should nominate Gord Curry next year to make it right. Thank you first to my nominators at Faskins, Gowlings, Stewart McKelvey, and First Capital. For my law firm colleagues, we've known each other and worked together for a long time, over 30 years in some cases, and have become friends in the process. For Allison Harnick at First Capital, you were still in grade school 30 years ago. So ours is a more recent relationship, but one I value and hope to have for many years to come. For those who volunteered to be in the video, thank you for doing that and for your very kind words. That's the first time I'm seeing it. It'll be fun to have that video as a keepsake. Thank you to my team at Empire and Sobeys. I'm gonna have to modify this line. Some of whom didn't get Raptors tickets and are still here, therefore. Doug Nathanson, bless you. You have tickets and you're still here. Thank you. You're out of here in like 3 minutes, max. You guys and the rest of the legal team across the country are the best and made me proud just about every day for over 15 years. Building a team, encouraging and facilitating their professional development, and then letting them do their jobs with your support are such critical components of the general counsel role. I like to think I took those obligations seriously, and I hope I discharged them reasonably well. My relationships with my colleagues at Empire and Sobeys and with our outside counsel across the country are what I'll remember most about my career. More so than the cases won and the deals done. It's the relationships that create meaning and fulfillment. Now to the most important people in my life. Give me a sec here. My family. Everyone who knows me knows I adore my boys and brag about them constantly, although maybe not so much now that I have grandchildren. Chris Piggott, a partner at Faskins, over there, and Andrew Piggott, a creative guy at Mass Minority Communications and Marketing, both here in Toronto. They put up with a lot as I engaged in that never-ending balancing act so typical of working parents. As kids, they spent many a Sunday afternoon in a conference room at Stuart McKelvey watching rental videos and playing with office supplies. While I sat in my office and worked, those were the days before even dial-up modems. When they were older, I was like that old Volvo TV commercial racing back and forth between ball fields and gyms to catch parts of their various sporting events, often sitting in the stands with a file on my lap or a phone in my hand. On the flip side, we've had lots of amazing experiences together. Travel to Africa, Europe, various ski and beach destinations, dining extravaganza trips to New York and Montreal, and many happy years of cottaging en famille in Muskoka and Algonquin Park. And we made it through the teenage years and university years with only minor incidents, mostly involving damage to cars. And no arrests, which when you're the mother of boys is an achievement. I'm so proud of not only their substantial accomplishments, which I frankly expected considering they have 14 years of post-secondary education between them, but also of the fine men they have become. They have been my best supporters. And my wonderful daughter-in-law, Lindsay Borschke, who with Chris has given me 2 fabulous granddaughters and is just hopefully a couple of weeks rather than a couple of hours away from delivering baby number 3. At the same time, Lindsay has deployed her fashion design talents into a retail business. Nothing like being an entrepreneur and having soon 3 kids under the age of 5. Like everyone who knew Steve Sigurdson, I thought the world of him. Among other things, he made that parental balancing act look easy, and no one ever doubted that Leslie and their girls and their life as a family was the most important thing to him. If we ever need a reminder that we can be great at our jobs and leaders in our legal community without sacrificing family, we need only to look at the example that Steve set. As I look back on 41 years since law school graduation, and is Dan Melamet still in the room, or has he bailed to the game? Dan Melamet and I were classmates. That's how old we are. I wasn't much of a planner. I went to Halifax right after my call to the bar, thinking I would stay there for a few years, and then return to Toronto, and I stayed for 23 years. I was a litigator and a labor lawyer, but I ended up as a GC. In the past 40 years, there have been very few days that I haven't enjoyed, and I have very few serious regrets. It's been a joy to be a member of this profession and of the in-house community, of which we've seen the best tonight. Thank you again. I feel very blessed.